Alright, hello and welcome to another Army Showcase entry. This time for the Dark Angels. Did want to wait till I got Azrael done before I got this one out, but, you know, given the current standing with things with armies with me, I kind of wanted to wait for Azrael to get done at least. But, yeah, let's get into this. So, I don't really have direction when I'm making these Space Marine armies these days. I used to have a lot more, but I kind of figured the 5-man squads would be a bit better. You can kind of figure out what you want to do and add to it later on. You got the Redemptor Dreadnought there for your heavier rounds, your Hellblasters, of course, to help out with that chunkier models. Assault Intercessors for close engagements. Reavers for really, really sneaky stuff, and the Intercessors in the back. The HQ here, so I had the beginner, middle, and top level idea here, which is you have your Lieutenant to start off with as your smaller force rounds. You have your Captain here with the Gravis armor for your larger ones, and then you would have something like a hero character like Azrael here, or... Jeez, for the other ones for Dark Angels. I know the Lion's one now, but you also have, I suppose, Asmodai and God Belial, I believe, if you're running Deathwing. Samael, if you're running the Raven Wing. Oh god, so many choices. Dark Angels are always an interesting idea to me. I had wanted to make the attempt at them, but I wasn't sure what wing I wanted to go into with them. And I just decided, to hell with it, I'll just do both wings. I'll do my best to see if I can scrounge together enough parts to kind of convert Terminators and everything over to Knights eventually. And, you know, we'll get started with some of that as we go back into this stuff here. Okay, so the to-do list for these guys, outside of the Outriders and the Lieutenant in the front here. One of the kits we have coming is the Lion himself. Lion L. Johnson, the Primarch of the Dark Angels. I'm actually really excited about this guy. This is one of the other Loyalist Primarchs you can get right now. I do not think they have a third one yet, though, you know, who knows who that's going to be at this point. It could potentially be one of a few of them. Anyways, moving on, we're going to be going into the Raven Wing expansions that we're going to be going into in the future. Now, the command squad was always meant to be the entry point for the Raven Wing. I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted to build the army with these guys. You know, based on how Outriders were coming out at the time. They were going through and canceling a bunch of the land speeders, so I was like, okay, well, we'll get the Raven Wing command squad and we'll hold on the Raven Wing specifically for now. You know, I'll throw the Outriders I have already in there, and then I'll also pick up the side guy here. So, remember I said earlier, Ravenwing have a special character. Well, here he is, Samael. Now this guy was really cool because he was one of those hover jet bikes that you rarely saw from 40k, but you always saw in the Horus Heresy stuff. So this was a very special model that I wanted to go and do one day for the Ravenwing. Speaking of which, one of the other expansions we have is the Invader ATV. I wasn't quite sure what other expansions to make, you know, outside of Samael there. So I just said Ravenwing Command Squad, Outriders, ATV, and Samael to start with, and we'll just see where we go from there. As for the Deathwing, though, that's a bit of a more interesting one. So because I've picked up a lot of the 10th edition starter kits, I have a lot of Terminator models to work with. Now, I want to see if I can convert a couple of those kits over into Deathwing Knights, because I do still have bits left over from those, from the kit that came with Azrael there. I still have yet to decide what kit I want to work into. I'm debating Command Squad just because it's one of the things I won't have, but I've kind of heard that those are kind of weak, so I might just go with Knights or something, and you know, try to convert the other ones over to something else. Yeah, that'll be my Deathwing extension, though. Not quite sure where to put some of the other things I have working on with the Space Marines, but You know, outside of Dark Angels, the other chapters I can put towards are Black Templar and Salamander. Ultramarine, I kind of want to, you know, give a pause on them for a little bit because they do have a lot to work with already. But these guys were a very special choice for me because they were the other really big angel force outside of Blood Angels that I was looking at for trying to attempt for a chapter. Ooh, a lot of work still to go through for these guys, but it's looking pretty good so far. I think we'll do really well with this army. Well, folks, that's it for this video. I thank you for joining me on this look inside my Dark Angel force. Still have quite a bit of work, but if you have any suggestions for the units I was talking about in this video, such as the knights and whatnot, please leave a comment below. Always looking for more insights into the army building. Outside of that, have a great day, and I will catch you all in the next video. See you later.